All right, failed former President Donald Trump, now a convicted felon and civilly liable rapist, has exited hiding. Remember that Trump has been missing. He has an event at his own house this week, but otherwise has been essentially missing since the debate, maybe by design in the sense that he's trying to let the corporate media do his bidding. He emerged from hiding sort of to call into the Sean Hannity propaganda program on Fox News. Hannity tried to get him, first of all, softball interview. Trump still makes himself look like a fool. Hannity trying to get Trump to announce his running mate on his show. Trump says his plan is soon, but not quite yet.
Let me ask you one last question, if I may. And I know this was last minute. Thanks for calling in tonight. And I want to ask you about your VP choice. How soon do you think you'll be making that choice, number one? Number two, we keep reading that there is a short list, and on the short list, we hear names like Senator Rubio, Senator Tim Scott, Senator J.D. Vance, Governor Burgum. Are those reports accurate? Are there other people maybe people aren't paying attention to? And when do you think you'll announce that?
Well, we started off with a lot of people. We have a lot of good people, as they call it. We have a great bench in the Republican Party. The names that you mentioned, absolutely, they're under consideration. And I haven't made final decision, but I have some ideas as to where we're going. And a little bit, we wanted to see what they're doing, to be honest, because, it might make a difference. I don't know. I'm not sure that it would. But there are those that say Trump's waiting until he finds out what's going to happen with crooked Joe Biden. And we'll see what happens with Biden. But, I think probably within the next week and a half, probably sometime. I'd love to do it during the convention. My people say that's a little complicated. In the old days, they would announce the vice president during the convention. Today, with modern day technology, you can't do things that you could have done 50 years ago very easily. But probably a little before the convention, but not much. It could even be during the convention that we'd do it. I'd love to do it during the convention. I think it would be a very interesting build-up and important for the convention. It would make it even more exciting. It's going to be amazing in Milwaukee.
If you announced it right now on this show, I think it would make a lot of news. I'm just saying.
Well, if I did it, I'd love to do it with you.
All right. So Hannity wants the announcement. Remember that Trump now, we know, has lied many times about this because 9 months ago during a town hall on Fox News, he said, I've already selected the person. They don't know. I haven't announced it, but I've already selected the person. Then Trump went back. I haven't selected. It's been narrowed down. The field has been expanded. I don't know if Trump even knows what's going on with his VP pick. Joining Sean Hannity in his dire predictions, Trump says, we are going to have a terrorist attack on American soil. And they seem eager. I hate to say it, but they seem eager.
Well, the one thing you haven't said tonight that you always say is that it's 100% certain that we're going to have a terror attack. And I agree with you on that. It's 100% certain. I mean, we're letting terrorists into our...
I pray I'm wrong. I pray
we're letting
God
terrorists
I'm wrong.
into our country at a level that we've never seen before.
How can you be 100% sure that there's going to be a terrorist attack unless you're involved, right? I mean, and I'm not alleging that Hannity or Trump are involved, but they insist with this thing. How can you be so sure about something like that, a predictive claim like that, unless you know something we don't? And that would be a very scary scenario, of course. At another moment, Trump just seeming unhinged, ranting about World War III and how the military does things for him.
Semi-running things, because he's not running things. The people that surround the Oval Office, the people that surround the Resolute desk, the beautiful Resolute desk, they're really running things in Washington, I suspect, and it's very bad. And, he got them into the warfare and lawfare, many different terms you can use, but basically going after your political opponent, using the Justice Department, using local DAs, using local attorney generals, going after your political opponent. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. And, there are those, I just read an article that it's been a positive for me, but it's not a positive. It's very unfair. It's fighting an unfair battle. But he's the one that got us into that. And all these lawsuits you see and everything else, that's all Biden inspired, meaning Biden people inspired.
Remember, there's no evidence of that at all.
And And it's very sad. I think it's a very sad time for our country. We're not respected anywhere in the world. He's not respected. And our country is in very serious trouble. And I'll tell you what, if we're not careful, we're going to be right in the middle of World War III, and that will be a war like nobody's seen before because of the weaponry. The weaponry is a whole lot different than two army tanks going up against each other. This is a whole different world.
A lot of predictions, 100% chance of a terrorist attack here on U.S. soil. We're absolutely going to be in World War III. This is ugly stuff. This is supposed to be an easy interview, and he shows he simply can't keep it together or handle any topic substantively. And then Trump, if you want any sign of how poor the moderation was during the presidential debate, it's Trump saying the moderation was good.
Weak. I didn't know exactly what was happening. It was strange. I do have to say that the CNN, Jake and Dana, were really... they were pretty good. They were. I thought they were fair. I thought they were fair in the questions. I thought to me, but.
And part of the reason, of course, that Trump perceived the moderation as fair is that it was negotiated, that the moderators would not interject with fact checking, and there would be no visual fact checking on the screen. And to Trump, that's a really great thing because he got away with at one point 6 lies in something like 85 seconds. So Trump coming out of hiding to do a softball interview with Hannity and reminding us, I'm going to do an op-ed maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. What day is it? I don't even know. What week is it? I'm going to make a commentary this week that for all the discussion about Biden, Trump should have already dropped out. And one of the things we shouldn't forget is that whatever your opinion is of President Biden's debate performance a week and a half ago, and my opinion is it wasn't good, Trump's debate performance was atrocious and is uniquely disqualifying to him as being president of the United States. So that's Trump. Let's now go briefly to Don Jr.